Hi, I'm Meredith McNeal. I'm the Director of Education for Rush Philanthropic Arts Foundation. This is the exhibition Well Traveled, which kicks off the Rush Education Year of Travel. The exhibition shows a variety of artists, many of them Rush teaching artists, who deal with aspects of travel that I think are very important for our students. The range of ideas is pretty diverse. I'll talk about Francine here. So her work came in on a suitcase, and we opened the suitcase and then unfurled the work and put it up in this rather large sculptural form. It's filled with faces and prints, but the thing that's rather important to me about that work is that it came in on a suitcase.
My name is Francine Affourtit, and my piece is titled The Traveling Suitcase Installation Project. The piece is a sculptural piece of paper that compresses into a suitcase, and I did that so that I could take this piece and travel to new communities and new spaces and create a new installation each time. For me, the process of compressing the object into the suitcase was technically interesting as well as conceptually interesting, but the real magic happened when I took the piece to different spaces and communities, first through Europe, Scotland, Germany, Italy, and then here in the United States. And each time the piece becomes anew and reacts to its environment, and the artists, curators, wanderers in participate in making the decisions about how the object will look in the end. And that became the real magic, is when I relinquished the power of making those choices and let that become something community organized. That was the real magic of the piece.
And I think it's really wonderful at Rush we were able to show work of artists who are at all different points in their career. And the James Van Der Zee, who's one of the most important photographers of the 20th century. Both his studio work and the work done on the streets of New York during his lifetime they're incredibly beautiful works, but they also tell a story of New York and its history. And what we find in the pieces that are here that I chose for this exhibition are examples of how people traveled in a time that we don't remember in our lifetime. So there are cars that don't even look like cars to us anymore. There are baby carriages that take up even more space than the average double wide stroller. And those pieces bring to this exhibition a sense of time travel. But on the other end of the spectrum, also a photographer, we have Raffaele's work. And Raffaele is somebody who has never had an exhibition before in his life. And what I saw in his work was somebody who came to New York as an outsider. And as an outsider, he saw things that those of us who grew up in New York, I've been to Grand Central Station 1,000 times, 100,000 times. And never have I stood across the street and looked at Grand Central Station as the pyramids, which they appear here. It's this enormous monolith filled with New York City known monuments. You see the Chrysler Building here and the Hyatt, and then traffic. So what he's seeing, in my opinion, is the view of a non-New Yorker.
I'm Raffaele De Vio, I'm from Italy. I've been here for 2 years now. This is my first exhibition here in Brooklyn. Those are some of my pieces that years ago. I mostly do street photography here. I used to work as a wedding photographer in Italy, and I'm just trying something different, and it's another way to do photography.
So Myra Kalman is a renowned artist, a fantastic illustrator who's done more children's books than I can name, and someone who I've admired for decades. Her work is something that I think will speak to everyone, I have a story about this. When I gave my mother the early Max Stravinsky books, and a friend of hers said at the dinner table one day, "So, Myra Kalman, what age group are these books for?" And my mother said, "My age group. They're made for me." So, on the other hand, indeed, if you look at the little picture with the tiny little child with her tiny little dog in front of the Lincoln Monument, I think that that's probably a 5.5-year-old. My mother wasn't 5.5 when she said that. What Myra Kalman does is she speaks to all of us with this sense of wonder of where we can be in the world.
Hi, my name is Scott Greenfield, and I'm a photographer and filmmaker. And I started working with Rush about 10 years ago, documenting their work in their classes and creating videos for their shows like this. And in about the last year or so, I started taking my photography more seriously and trying to branch out from just being a professional video guy to being a fine art photographer. So these photos are photos I took at night from a moving car. I shot them on a 35mm camera, and you can see that it's shot out the side window, the front window, with different exposure times and different speeds of travel and road conditions, and all these different variables kind of impact the way that light is captured on film. They're also sometimes very clean and very sharp, sometimes it's very dirty and repetitive, and it just creates these different patterns. And I was very interested in the randomness of it and the idea that these sort of random instantaneous moments would be captured and create something new and different that you would never see again.
Hi, guys, this is Mackenzie. This is my work. A little different than what I usually do. I'm trying to tie in messages with my artwork aside from just illustrating fun comics or just hyper-realistic portraits, but I wanted to be able to tie in deeper messages of my experiences as a Black woman to making art and lesson plans for teaching. And I thought this was a huge step in my artistic process because I was able to combine my mediums into something that I can teach the kids I work with here. And yeah, it's a huge step up from what I was doing before. It's kind of headed in the right direction, so I'm really stoked about it.
Hi, I'm Cecile Chong. Previously, I used to paint with oil and then with acrylic, but most recently I've been painting with encaustic, I should say for the last 8 to 9 years. So every piece is around 25 layers of encaustic, and in between each layer I would add different material, like rice paper, gnash, certain material. And I just want to mention that in relation to the theme of exhibition, I tend to collect, pay attention to materials during my travels. So the latest material that I got was from near my hometown in Ecuador. And essentially, I found this very golden tree bark that you can peel off. And they're very thin and very shimmery. So I decided to add that to my work.
My name is Nene Humphrey. I started drawing when my grandfather worked at a printing company as a small child. Always had plenty of drawing supplies. That took me through a college degree in art, and I came to Rush with a dear friend of mine, Mary Poppins. These particular images came about because I feel like as an artist we have an obligation to speak out. Even though I normally draw images of Coney Island and fun things, I break out every time I get upset about something in the news. This particular image came about after the George Zimmerman verdict. He was found not guilty in the murder of Trayvon Martin, so I came up with a postcard, reading from Florida. This was after Indiana, passed the Religious Freedom Restoration Act to allow them to be prejudiced against homosexuals.
artists in the show were new to me when I found them for this exhibition, Jessica Segall's work. So there are 2 videos of her work, and one of the ones that I want to talk about is this piece that is Jessica Segall in an outfit that's her in the video, in an outfit that she had made of materials that could withstand the Arctic. She's on an iceberg. The outfit looks like a Goya painting. I really like this work, and when I went to her studio and she showed me this iceberg video, she said, well, usually it goes behind a screen that has ice. And I thought, well, that's a little overwhelming. Do you have the outfit still? So there it is on my mannequin, and what's quite remarkable about this thing is that it just looks like a lovely outfit from far, and you get close to it and you start to think, well, it's not really modern, is it? No, it sort of looks like a Goya painting. Yes, it is. That outfit brings me to Nene Humphrey's and her work, this little baby dress here. This is from the Chinese people called the Miao, who do not have a written language. And Nene has visited these people more than once. But the baby dress that we have on display is a traditional baby dress that was made by an unknown artist, but it's incredibly beautiful. And it tells a story of the Miao people, the history, the mythology of the people. Her work that's included with the exhibition, the beautiful prints, and they're in this beautiful indigo, which mirrors the type of dye that they use for clothing. It tells a story of people who are very, though languageless, have a lot of words to tell us through pictures. And I think that that's what art can do, and I hope that that's what this exhibition will do for our students and every visitor that walks in this door. The notion of travel is something that perhaps isn't something that we all can do, but even if you sit in your armchair or your wooden chair at school, you can conceive of travel, and that travel is the thing that incites the imagination and makes us the people that we can be. And this is Well Traveled. Thank you.